my daughter, my one and only daughter, whom I love, come here to me. Walk with your own 2 feet. The king and I are going to hide right over there. We are going to hide where people cannot see us. Read this book. Open the pages and look at it with your eyes and soak it in with your mind. This will make you seem innocent when you bump into Hamlet. He won't think we are planning something. You know, we actually do this a lot. We do things like feeding the homeless, saving kittens from trees, helping elderly people across the street, and so on. In fact, just last week, I saw a helpless freshman stuck outside in the cold without their key card. Sprinting across the quad, I sacrificed my key card and let them in disorder. Can you imagine what would have happened if I hadn't been there? A barrier lied between them and their future. Without access to the building, the freshmen had no way to further their education. I think it's safe to say I saved their life. I guess that makes up for book checking them a few weeks ago. What's that? I hear something. Or someone. What could it be? Who could it be? Footsteps? Let's hide, my dear king, where they won't see us.
Man, I should just kill myself. I mean, seriously, things are rough. But I guess I know what would happen if I live. But if I die? Dude, I don't even know. Sup, Ophelia?
Hey, how you doing?
Alright, I guess.
Here's your roadhouse jacket from my house. Take it.
That isn't mine. I never gave that to you.
Come on, you know it's yours. It has your name on it. I don't want it because it reminds me of you. Take it.
Are you good?
What?
Like, are you beautiful?
What?
Well, if you're good and beautiful, then your goodness shouldn't have anything to do with your beauty.
Could beauty be related to anything better than goodness?
Of course. Beauty can more easily change a good girl into a bad girl than goodness can change a bad girl into a good one. This was once the biggest mystery to me, but now I've solved it. I loved you once.
Yes, you made me think so.
Why would you think that? I never loved you.
I guess I was wrong.
Go to private school. Why would you make your brothers in Christ stumble? I'm not that bad myself, but I still stumble. Everyone does. Where's your dad?
At home.
Let him stay there so that he doesn't bother anyone with his foolishness. See you, Ophelia.
Oh, Lord, please help him.
Because of your deception, I hope you never get married, and you guys never have sex. Ever. But I hope you never get married. If you do, marry someone dumb so that they won't see the monster you will turn them into. Go to private school later.
God, I beg you, heal him.
You aren't the person you say you are. Your secret's out. I know you women put on makeup and become a whole different person. Then you guys dance around trying to seduce us men. No more, I say. It's driving me crazy. From now on, there will be no more marriages. All those who are already married can stay married, but that's it. Everyone else has to stay single and not ready to mingle. Go to private school already. Goodness, how many times do I have to say goodbye before you get the hint? Maybe you'll understand this.
Hamlet has become so crazy, like completely off the rocker. He used to be the strongest football jock in all of Maryland. Everyone knew that there was no one better fit to be prom king than Hamlet. But look how much he has changed. And of all the people to be hurt by him, I have been hurt the deepest. He's literally ripped out my heart and torn it into a million pieces. He used to be so kind to me, but now he goes so far as denying that our relationship even existed. How could he do this to me? This madness, as I call it, is completely taking over his life and destroying the Hamlet I used to know. Why do I have to see him now while I knew the man he used to be?
You call that love? There's no way that what I just saw was out of love. But on the other hand, it wasn't really craziness either. This could only mean one thing. There has to be something else that is truly bothering Hamlet. And it cannot be good. Well, if I get him out of the state, or even the country, he couldn't hurt us. How about I send him to Australia to collect the kangaroos they owe us? That's perfect. Plus a trip might be just the thing he needs. What do you think, Polonius?
That sounds alright, but I think that his craziness might still come from something else. I have a daughter. You have a son. They are in a relationship, and as you know, they broke up. This might still be the reason. Ophelia, my beautiful and broken-hearted daughter, no need to speak. We heard it all. Good king, you know that you are free to do whatever get the queen to meet with Hamlet in private. She's his mother, so of all people, he will be honest with her. I will hide, but of course, I will be very careful and quiet because Hamlet cannot know I'm there.
I guess that sounds good. I mean, when popular people start going off the deep end, you have to keep a good eye on them. If I will go this.
Okay. Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book. The show of such an exercise may color your loneliness. We are oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proved, that with this devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar over the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis true. How smart a lash this speech doth give my conscience. The harlot's cheek, beauty with plastering art, is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than the deed to my most painted word. Oh, heavy burden.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer these slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to the consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There is the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of a spy's love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment, with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now. The fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many good day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of you. Oh, your words. Start with softly now.
Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath to prose, as made things more rich, but perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Haha, are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I love you not.
I was more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it would better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, go, farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters we make of them. Go to a nunnery, go, and quickly too, farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings too, well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and nickname God's creatures, and you make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to, I'll no more on it. Hath made me mad. I say, we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here enthroned. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair state. The glass of fashion and the mold of form. The observed of all observers. Quiet, quiet down. And I, of ladies most deject and wretched, that suck the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh. That unmatched form and feature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
Love is a fiction's affliction. Fiction?
Do you want to go back?
What is that? She can stay. She can stay out of it. Afflictions?
His affections.
I think I'm up for these.
We're starting. Love?
What's going on?
Yes,
We're
it's
starting.
negative
2, 1.
There's an exclamation point.
Love!
Love!
Love! Ready? Love? His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There is something in his soul, o'er which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt the hatch and the disclosed will be some danger, which, for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England, where the demand of our neglected tribute, haply the seas and countries different with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on it?
It shall do, love. But yet do I believe the origin commencement of this grief sprung from the neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him, and now be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not go unwatched.